Hello, I'm T with Teresa H Creates and welcome to my channel. I'm going to start my next project and I'm thinking little junk journal, mini. I want to do some stash busting. I think that most of us probably have this in our stash. So I don't know if it was, I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, but Michael's Recollections Collection, they came out with some collection packs and I had to go out and pick them up only because I was watching haul videos and everyone was grabbing them, and so I had to have them also because that's just the way I roll. And I did pick up all of them. They've just been sitting in my stash and I want to use, or the goal is to use at least one full pack to make a little mini journal. So I have this, and then I thought, oh, I can also upcycle these boxes. So when I was getting ready, sorry for that, I had them in a bag. Okay, so when I was getting ready for my craft fair, I made some hot cocoa packets and I had these Brock's 12 count candy cane boxes, and I think that I am going to use, I saved them because they're so cute and I thought I can do something with this, and I think I'm going to use them to make a mini journal. And I'm going to use one collection pack and make an entire journal with it. So let me go through the collection packs that I have though. So I think I picked up all of them, and I have Snow Day, Candy Brights, Retro Christmas, Christmas Cheer, Winter Wonderland, Holiday Elegance, and Frosted Juniper. And I want this, since this is the Brock's Candy Canes, I really want this to be a bright, kind of fun, cheery junk journal. So I'm going to set these aside. And I think that it's obvious that I should probably do the Candy Bright since it's Candy Canes, although I really do like this Retro Christmas packet as well. So I'm going to set that aside though, and we're going to go with Candy Brights. I did go ahead and take these apart. I took them out of the little cellophane wrapping just because I didn't keep all the pieces of this collection. It did come with a gemstone sticker sheet, and I removed this gemstone sticker sheet from the from each of the collections. And then once you pull these out, it's impossible for me to get them back in those cello bags, so I think I just left them out. But let's see what else there is. So there are 12 pattern paper sheets, 12 by 12. So, and they are single-sided, but it looks like they are duplicate. So there's 2 of each. So there must be 6 designs. Sorry, puppy is in the studio and she is watching the squirrels play in the yard. You might hear some growling. So, let me see. Then there are 2 foil printed sheets, which would be these guys here. And then 3 solid color sheets. That's these here. So these are at least our front and back. So I've got a red, a green, and a nice pink. And then 1 foil alpha sticker sheet. There we go. That's the sticker sheet that goes with that. It looks like green and red. And then, oh, a washi sticker sheet. Oh, here we go. So these are the washi stickers. Very cool. Okay, that's nice. And then an ephemera punch out sheet, which would be this guy. So those punch out. And this is not real thick, but it's thick kind of cardstock. I wouldn't say chipboard though, but it's a thick cardstock. And then just a sticker sheet. And there's the sticker sheet. Very cute. Okay, so like I said, the only thing I removed was the gemstones. I ended up giving those away, I think, to someone else who could use those. I do like using gemstones on my projects on occasion, but I'm pretty particular about the style of the gemstone. And these were the really big, kind of cheap looking gemstones. So I just didn't, I didn't end up keeping those. So anyhow, this is the collection that we're going to use. I hope a lot of you have something similar or actually have that collection and it is also sitting in your stash. So I'm going to go ahead and deconstruct this box. And it's kind of perforated, but I'm going to use my scissors anyway. I'm going to cut down this edge. I want it to open up like a book to make my cover. So, oh, I guess I could have opened this up at the bottom first. There we go. Now it's going to open up. Okay. Now it's got this little guy attached in here. This part is really cute. And I was kind of thinking, I don't know how I could use it though. Especially since it doesn't come off here easily and it's super, super thin. So I don't think that I can use it. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it. Okay. So now I'm going to cut off this bit here. But I am going to keep this because I am going to use the opposite side of this to reinforce my spine. So I am going to keep this little bit here. Clean it up, trim off the ends. And other side. Okay. Just cleaning this guy up. I kind of like that it has that opening in the front. That'll make a really pretty something. Maybe we can use the stickers to make kind of a scene or something. Okay, this edge where it was perforated is kind of gnarly, so I'm going to trim that up a little bit more. Just so I can get all those perforated bits off. Okay. And I think it looks good. All right, let me see. Move all of this off. And then I'm going to reinforce this spine here. I'm going to trim up the end just a little bit more. Just take a tiny bit off. I want to make sure it fits in here snugly. Yep, that'll be nice. All right, and my Fabri-Tac is close by, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. I need to refill my art glitter glue, which is typically what I would use for this, but we'll use Fabri-Tac today. It's fine. You know, I watch a lot of videos and a lot of people use Fabri-Tac. It's not my absolute favorite, but I will use it, especially when I'm adhering lace and things like that and fabric elements. And I'll use it for paper elements as well sometimes. But the one thing I don't ever hear people talk about is the smell. It smells so strong. I always feel like I'm kind of getting a buzz in here. I should have a fan going or have some ventilation. It's a very strong smelling adhesive. So if you've never used Fabri-Tac, now you know. It works great, but man, the smell. Okay, I'm going to set this aside to dry. Well, you know what? I'm going to measure it first. Let's measure it to see what we're working with here. And I'm hoping, you know what? This is just over 6 inches, which is perfect. So we've got 12 by 12 sheets. And then it's going to be a little less than 4.5. So we're looking at 4 7/8 maybe. Oh, let me make sure I got that lined up right. I don't, so we're actually looking at less. So it's not 7/8. It would be 1, 2, 3, 3/8. Okay. So I'm going to set that aside to dry. Let's pull out our papers. I'm going to start with these guys first, my pattern papers. So these are single-sided, and I didn't want to do a whole lot of stenciling with these. So I think that the idea that I had for this was to actually fold them in half and then kind of create pockets for them. And I'll show you what I mean as we go along. So I've got my bone folder to the side. I'm going to line this up. I could score these right at 6 inches, but I'm not going to mess with the scoreboard. I think that this will work. I say that and then I'm not lining it up very well. There we go. Okay. And then I think that I'm going to have this as the center of a signature. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it again. And these are going to be fairly thick signatures. I think I could probably get 2 nice size signatures in there. And see, that's going to end up being the perfect height. And I'm going to just have to trim off some of the edge, which is fine. And that'll be the center. And then I'll just trim some of the edges. So what I'm thinking as I go along is that I'll alternate between them and cut different sections. But let's go ahead and fold the rest of these. I think that I'm going to just go ahead and fold all of them. I might leave this one out because that'll fit right in there, and I might end up using that. Okay, I think so. So I'm going to set this one aside. And then I am going to go ahead and I'm going to fold the rest of these in half, just like I did with the previous one. So we're going to go 6 by 6 this way. We'll do one more and then I'll do the rest of these off camera, so we're not having to watch me go through and fold all these. So we're going to go this way and then this way. You know what? I do have some directional ones though. So I think I may not. Getting these folded up correctly is a bit of a challenge. Okay. Look through these real quick. Oh, you know what? I don't. None of these are going to be directional, so I'm good. Okay, so I'm going to fold up all of these so that they're similar, just like this, and then I'll be right back. All right, I did want to come back to show you another way that I've decided that I'm going to fold these as well. So they're going to be a little bit shorter than the 6, but I think that it'll work well too. So I've got this lined up, and I know it's the white side, so hopefully you can see this okay. So I'm going to line this up, and I am going to fold down, let's see, 4 inches, I think, to the 4-inch mark. I'm folding down to the 4-inch mark, and then I'm going to fold up. Let's see, how many is that? I don't want to come up too far. I'm going to come up to 2.5. There we go. That actually might perfectly line up. It does perfectly line up. That's so strange. Okay. See that? It lines up with those candies. All right. And so now we've created little pockets, and then you can either fold it in to have your pockets on the inside, or you can fold it out to have the pockets on the outside. And I think on this one, I'm going to fold out. And then your entire sheet ends up being, the height of this is going to be, mine doesn't, it's a little bit, it's like 5 3/4. So again, you're going to take your 12, let's do one more. Let me do a different one here. All right, you're going to take your 12-inch sheet of paper. You're going to go down to 4. You can also score this if you want, if you don't have a grid to kind of work with, or you can just eyeball it. So I've come down 4 inches, 1, 2, 3, wait, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I can count. All right, and then I'm going to go up 2 1/2 so that these overlap just a little bit. Wait, did I come up 2 1/2? It might have been 1 1/2. Let me see. No, I think I did 2 1/2. Let's see what that makes this. Yep, 2 1/2. All right, flatten this out. And then on this one, I'll go on the inside. I'll put that pocket there on the inside. So then that's just several different variations so that we've got some variety in this. So I've been folding them up. I've got some with pockets on the inside. Oh, look at that. I've got some with pockets on the outside. There's another with a pocket on the inside. And then I've got some that are just folded into quarters there. So I'm going to keep folding and just kind of mixing it up a little bit here and there, and then I'll be back. All right, I am back, and I've got my folded sheets. I did leave 2 unfolded. So I have this Santa's Sweet Shop that I'm going to use inside my cover. I didn't fold that one, and then I didn't fold one of these foils because I took that Santa's Sweet Shop out. I wanted to make sure I had an equal number of pages for my signature. So I'm going to use this as the center of the second signature. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then 1, 2, 3, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me see. 6. Okay, so 6. Each one of them has 6 signatures. So while the patterns themselves are duplicated, there's 1 in each of these so that they're not duplicated in the actual signature. Okay, now I'm going to take my colored sheets. I'm going to fold these in half. Well, that wasn't a good fold. I'm terrible at folding. Should use my bone folder. That is what it is here for. You know, I don't even think this sheet is even, so that wasn't me. All right. So I'm going to fold these 3 solid colored sheets in half. And I'm going to use them in the signatures as well. I'm going to cut them down to 6 inches. So and the last one, that's why I've got the guillotine cutter out. I'm going to make some cuts. All right. So I'm going to put these at the 6-inch mark. And then these will just open like this. So I'm going to put 6 and here. So let's kind of assemble one of these signatures. On this one, I'm going to use the foil as the centerpiece. So that's going to look like this. And I'm going to leave the open section at the top because we're going to use it for pockets at the top. So that'll be the center. And then let's put, I'm going to put a pink right behind it. And then I really like this color. Yeah, I'm going to use this. And this one's got a pocket on the inside. And then Let's go with another solid. Yep. And again, I'm going to leave the open part up top. And then let's do a green. And then I'm going to do one with a pocket on the outside. And here's another with a pocket on the inside. And then I'm going to do red. And then this will be my cover, and I'm going to use this one, and it'll have a pocket up. All right. And the reason I wanted to put this together is now I'm going to trim this up, and I need to make sure that it's going to be relatively even. And the thing is that these are pretty thick papers, the way I've got them folded up. And so as they start, you know, putting them in, they're going to start coming out a little more. So some of these on the insides are going to need a little bit of extra cutting. So I think, what did we say? We said it was 4.5, or just shy of 4.5. I'm going to try doing 4.25 and see how that looks inside that cover. So I'm going to put this at 4.25. Line that up. And then that's going to fit like a glove. All right. I think this will also go 4.25. Let's see. We'll try 4.25 on this one also, and then at some point we're going to have to start kind of working it in. Yeah, see, we're getting kind of at that point. So I'm going to take about 1/8 off of this. So we're going to go 4 1/8. And that's perfect. Let's try 4 1/8 on this. And so I would just start working them in and taking off 1/8 of an inch at a time as needed. Is that? Yeah. That one's close. So I'm going to go 4. I'm going to go 4 on these two. So this is just a single sheet, and then one with the opening at the top. And I'm going to go 4 on this one and see how that does. We're good. 4 is good. All right, let's try 4 on this one and see. That might be too much. Nope, 4 is good. All right, we're gonna go 4 on these and see how we pan out. Look, and that ends up being pretty good. Looks snug. All right. So I'm gonna do my next set. This one. Okay, so there's my center. Then I'm going to go pink again. I'm going to do this guy. Well, I don't think I'm going to do a pocket. I'm going to do this guy. So I have a pocket. Yep. Okay, pocket on the inside. And then I'm going to do green. Hold on. I think I might do this guy. Yep. And I'm going to leave the opening at the top. Now I'm going to do green. And then this guy with the pocket on the inside as well. This one's got a pocket on the outside. And I'm going to do red. And then this one with the opening at the top, and that'll be my outside cover. All right, so let's take this in the red single sheet. And again, we're going to cut this at 4 1/4. Well, all right, the next two we're going to do, I probably should do that one at a time because that's kind of thick. Let's do 4 1/8. Yep. All right, let's try 4 1/8 on this one as well. I think I could probably go through and score these a little bit tighter as well, and I will probably do that as I start assembling it. Okay, 4 1/8 worked. I'm going to do 4 1/8 on this one and see if we need to start working our way in again. And we do. See? About 1/8 of an inch. So now we're going to start doing our 4s. 4 inches. It's 4 inches. Okay, and then this is the single sheet and the center. I'm going to go ahead and do that one time. Cut those at 4 inches. And then let's see. Yep, nice and tight. Okay, let me get the cutter out of the way. And we'll move on to the next part. So this was my idea. I'm thinking that I'm going to go ahead and glue these so that I've either got a pocket on the insides or I've got pockets at the top. And I may just end up alternating, but I don't know if that's going to be confusing as I start gluing. I'm going to cut notches as I go, and so that might make it a little less confusing. So let's see. This is the outside pocket. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some notches here on the inside. Let me open this up. So I'm going to do just a side and another one on the inside. There we go. So that way we've got tucks there. So let me go ahead. So to end up making this a pocket, I'm going to take my art glitter glue and I'm going to glue along the top edge of this. Yeah, I really need to refill this. It's running low. I've been doing a lot in here. Okay. So, and we close that up. Now we've got these side pockets here. See, nice and closed. And then this is also a good time to, if we didn't quite get the folds right and we need to take a little bit off, you can. I'm not, I'll do that after, I think. And I'm going to keep working this. So there we go. And now this one has pockets. So we can either close these up on the sides, or you can leave them open for pockets on the sides and then pockets on the insides. I think I'm going to go ahead and close these up on this one. So some glue all over so it stays down nice and flat. And I'm going to go back in with my bone folder just to make sure everything is, these creases are good. Okay. And then I'm going to put little notches on these to indicate that these are pockets. And then on this part, I'm only going to glue the side. That is it. This side and this side, and then there we go. Got a little bit of glue. So we've got pocket here, and then I did go ahead and glue down the sides of these. So uh-oh, looks like I've got some glue. Got to be more careful. You guys have this rubber cement eraser. It takes glue off. I love this guy. All right, there we go. Okay, same with the next one. You can choose to close it up or you can leave it open if you want. I'm going to go ahead and I think close it up as well and just use pockets on the outside. So on this top part, let me move these aside so I don't get glue on those again. Right. I'm going to put glue all over and go ahead and close this up. And then this will be a pocket on this side. So again, you can notch if you want, or you don't have to. I'm going to go ahead and notch. And then I'm going to put glue just on the outsides of this to create the pockets. There I am, getting glue everywhere again. All right, then use my bone folder to really get those nice and flattened out. And then there we go, pocket, pocket, and the rest of it is sealed. Next, I've got my single sheet, and then this one is going to be a double, and I did the sides last time. So I am going to, I think, put notches at the top. I'm going to go ahead and notch it so that both of these, instead of doing the sides, because this is actually in the signature and not the cover page of the signature. So let me show you. Let me go back here. I ended up just doing the notches on this inside page just because this is the cover of the signature and I didn't want the notches on the outside of the cover. That was just a personal preference. You do whatever you feel like doing. But on this one, I'm just going to do notches on both sides because it's actually inside. And then I'm going to put glue along this edge to close up the pocket. And along this edge. And this is an easy way, just by folding up your papers. It does make the signatures pretty thick, but this is an easy way to get nice double-sided papers out of your single-sided sheets. All right. On this one, I'm just going to close it up. Like I could have left that open and just closed up this section down here and that would have been fine. You could have used this whole area as a pocket, but I feel like I got a lot of pockets, so got more than enough pockets. I'm going to close it up. Give it a good burnish. All right, my single page. And then there's this guy. This one's my center. And what am I going to do with this? I did top notches, and I think I'm going to do side notches on this one. So right there, and then I'm just going to glue the top. sure I get enough to really hold that. You know, something else that you could do, I may do that on this one. And if I do, I'll come back and show you because I still have this sheet. I may cut it off at 6 inches and I could do a tip in, you know, so it would actually tip into this. So I could do that here and just glue it in, you know, part of it. I hope that that makes sense. If I end up doing that, I'll come back and show you. But I'm going to go through this second signature the same way I did the first, just gluing and making pockets along the way. And then I'm going to do that off camera and then I will be back. All right. And now for this, I don't think that I want to cut this, and this one is on the bottom. So I think that what I might do is try something a little bit different. I've got this sheet of paper, and what I might do is trim this up and see if I can do like a tip-in or even a couple of tip-ins. So let me trim this. I'm going to trim this off camera. I'm going to go ahead and trim it at 6 inches. And then just see kind of what I'm looking at. So I know that I'm going to take some more off of this, so that's not a big deal. But this is kind of what I was thinking, is just, you know, putting it in there. But I don't know if I want to do 1 or 2. I think I might do it on both sides. I'm going to try it. So let's see. Let's see. So this is 4 inches. So why don't I do 3 1/4 with a 1/4 inch little gusset. And then I'm going to do them at 5 1/2. So let me pull the cutter back over so that you can actually see this, because I'm doing this on the fly. I didn't mock this up. I didn't try this. This was purely invention from my scary mind. So 5 inches. Oh, I did do 5. Did I say I was going to do 5 1/2? I don't know. But that's still going to give me plenty of room. Okay. So I said I was going to do 5 1/2 and I ended up doing 5, but that's not a big deal. All right. So let's see. And then I said we were going to do 3 1/2. I'm going to do 3 1/2. And then 3 1/2. Okay, that's it with a cutter. Then I think I was going to do a 1/2 inch gusset, right? So let me fold this up. See, you don't need a scoreboard. You can wing it. So it's a 1/2 inch gusset there. I'm going to do the same here. Go up 1/2 inch there and there. All right. Perfect. I'm going to round these little corners here. And then I'm going to miter these. Let me get my smaller scissors. I'm going to cut in a little bit, cut in an angle a little bit, because I don't want it to fit. It can get awkward if you're trying to fit it like perfectly. Actually, it's not even the same size, so it probably wouldn't have mattered, but I'm so used to doing this that we're just going to go ahead and do it. We're going to miter these little ends. All right. So then where do I want them? I'll take my glue. Let me do this. All right. Okay. And let's see. How cute. And I didn't even bother seeing if they were even or not. It didn't matter to me. All right. Now I'm going to close up the whole thing. This was the only sheet that had the bottom opening. All the others I put at the top so that I could do top pockets. Pardon me. So that I could do pockets at the top. That's why I left the openings at the top of all the others. But this one, because I wanted that image specifically, I had to leave the bottom portion open. No big deal. There we go. How cute is that? And that was super easy. Okay. So there we go. Now we've got our 2 signatures. Let's see. They are going to fit snug. And then they are, I know it looks like a lot of spine, but once I get these in here, they're going to open up and it's going to be pretty thick. So let me stitch these in. I'm going to do just a 3-hole pamphlet stitch off camera. And then in part 2, we'll come back and we'll start decorating it and we'll go ahead and mess with the cover. So hopefully you're pulling out items from your stash and you're crafting along with me. And if you have any questions, please put them down in the comments. If you have any suggestions, put them down in the comments. And I do appreciate everyone's support. All of your comments and views and likes are really growing my channel, and I do appreciate you. Until next time, bye.